Yesterday, I posted a video that was talking about an unexpected mindset shift that you may have not heard before. And essentially, what I was asking you to do was to stop only looking at the outcome you wanted and instead look at your daily activities and like intentions, right? Where are your intentions being focused? And I got a phenomenal question on this piece of content. And the question was, well, wait a minute. Essentially, we're told to ignore kind of making action, right? Don't worry about the how of something, and instead only focus on the feeling internally and embodying being really the person that lives the type of life that you want, has the thing that you want, right? And so the question was like, so you're kind of saying something different, or at least that's how I read it. It wasn't exactly worded like that. And I wanted to explain this in a way that I hope makes sense. And I'm going to use two examples and two different kind of ways of thinking. So in each one, I'm going to be using as if you're trying to get a specific person. Okay. I think that's the easiest one to kind of outline this. But if you have another scenario that you want me to map out, let me know down in the comments below. I'm happy to. But so when you want a specific person, and I am saying don't focus on the outcome, your outcome is still something that's very important, right? Your wish fulfilled, the desired outcome that you want, all of these things are important. But what is really also important is making sure that you are not daily in opposition of receiving that thing or being the type of person who lives a life that has this person or has love in their life, right? So, a specific person I'm talking is just like a love of your life, a relationship. So, when you are in opposition of this, let's say that you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is open your dating apps to see if anybody's messaged you back and get frustrated that nobody has. Or if you're looking for a specific person, you open up Instagram right away to see if they have gone out on a date with somebody last night, right? And then you get up and you find out that they did. And so you drag yourself out of bed and you cry in the shower because you just don't know why this isn't working. On your way to work, you drive in and you listen to sad songs on the way to work, and you just are like, man, I can't believe that they're not here with me. Then that evening, when you go back to bed, you fall asleep imagining that they're laying next to you or that you have a lover laying next to you. Your behaviors throughout the day are in opposition of what you're doing at night. And that technique can be at any point, right? But the actions that you have during the day are completely in opposition of the type of person you want to be. This person in a loving relationship, this person that has this activity, this thing, this experience in life that they want. That's one way of looking at it. The other way is that when you try to force a how, which is not what I'm recommending, it would be that you say, I have a specific person and I know that he takes his lunch at 11:45. So today I'm going to make him a lunch, pack it for him, and show up at 11:45 with this lunch and tell him that we are destined to be together and here's his lunch. That is trying to force an outcome. You're like, I'm going to show up where I know that you are. I'm going to accidentally end up at your workplace. Or I'm going to accidentally end up where you grocery shop, or I'm going to bring you lunch to work. And right, and these are very dramatic, examples. Because like another one could be, I'm going to buy a toothbrush and keep the toothbrush at my house. But then every morning, I'm going to look at it longingly and be like, he still hasn't used the toothbrush. Then you are opposing again what you actually want, and you're trying to force an outcome. You're so focused on not having that the state in both of these scenarios is just one of not having. So here's how you shift this, and here's what I'm talking about. Instead, when you sit down and you look at, this is who I would be if I had this thing, or if I had this person, I had this relationship, I had this experience, how would I behave? If you woke up tomorrow and somebody that you loved, like that you're attracted to, you're loved, you are in a relationship, was laying next to you, how would you spend your morning? So, like, I can say for me, I like to make sure that I brush my teeth so that my breath is fresh for my loved one. I would make sure that I showered so I smell and look nice. I shave my legs because I like for my skin to be smooth. These are very small habits, but if they're ones that you're not doing, like let's say right now, you wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have them in my life. You don't even shower. You're not taking care of yourself. You are so focused on the desire for this person that is the state that you are continuing day in and day out. I'm hoping this is starting to make a little bit more sense. But when you embody a person who is loved, you treat yourself better. If I feel completely loved and desired from another person, I feel that internally as well. I talk to myself differently. I spend my drives into work differently than listening to sad songs and being upset that I'm not getting the things that I want, right? So these are, again, very, very dramatic. But when I'm talking about not focusing on the outcome, I want you to focus on the daily intentions. If you were a loved person, how would you act today? How would you talk to yourself? What are the activities that you would do? And I think that there's definitely a place for techniques. 110%. I still do techniques. I firmly believe in meditation. I firmly believe stepping into the wish fulfilled before you go to bed. But you can step into the wish fulfilled before you go to bed every single night and still run into a cycle of frustration if you spend the whole next day in opposition of somebody who had whatever that wish fulfilled was from last night. And this is the cycle that I see a lot of people get into where they're like, well, I'm doing it every night or I'm doing it every morning. I'm focusing on this, but then the rest of my day, I'm falling off. This is just a way for you to start using the way that your brain works for motivation to stay focused. And when I say the way that your brain works, it's because our brain is designed to want reward. We continue to get things because it's rewarding. Like when we eat, 50 cookies, it's because our brain is saying, oh, we want all this fat. We want all this stuff to keep us fueled. It's a survival technique. So then you have the reward that's constantly coming to you to say you should keep doing this. That's what dopamine is. Dopamine says, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, because you feel like you're getting a reward. And when you're trying to do these techniques and you wake up every day and you don't have the reward of the thing that you were trying to do, you start to get demotivated. And I see this over and over in clients that I talk to where they're like, well, I'm doing it though. I do it. I embody the state. I do the affirmations. I take care of myself. But when we dig into like their actual daily habits, their daily routines, the way they drive to work, the way they wake up, what they're doing when they go to bed, how they spend their thoughts in the shower, we start to uncover all of this. Like, oh, you are in complete opposition of the thing that you actually want. You are essentially undoing it over and over and over. So if you have any questions, definitely go ahead and leave them down below. I love to answer them, not a problem. And then if you would prefer them be anonymous, you can message me as Unleashing Happiness at CeciliaHendricks.com. And then I'll also leave a link there. I have a guide for 30 Days to Love if you're interested in this specific person kind of outline. And I also have a course. It's available in my membership as well. Going to be talking a lot about that. I've got a bunch of courses that are coming up for that membership. So if you're looking for some additional support, definitely check out my website or send me a note and I'm happy to talk to you more about it. I hope you have a beautiful week.